Just don't piss me off in it. Just don't. All right, me again. Change the place, up again. Do you know what I mean? Change it every 2 weeks. I change it. I'm in the tiniest little spot ever, and I managed to change it every 2 weeks. Think I found the right one though. Love this. I'm liking the array and that. Gave me a chance to sort out the cables. Anyway, in this video, I'm talking about my decision to buy an Octatrack. So you can see there's an Octatrack there. Sold the Pro 2. That's gone. I no longer have that anymore. I both regret it and don't regret it. I regret it because it was the Pro 2 and it was fucking awesome, but I don't regret it because the person I sold it to was a really nice guy. So sold it on Reverb. It was a huge faff to pack it. Actually, I'll tell you the story. I had the Pro 2 for a few years at my old studio, and all the boxes, when my family lived close to me, I decided to just sort of drop all my shit on them and just put all of my boxes and stuff in their loft. They moved and said, if you don't come and get them today, they're gone. They're in the bin. Couldn't get them. They're in the bin. So I had no more Pro 2 box. And if you know the Pro 2, it's about sort of yay fucking huge. It's massive. So I needed to find a box for it. Luckily enough, on the day that I sold it, we got a new Hoover delivered. And the Hoover was, get this, the exact size, the box was the exact size of the Pro 2, right? Now, remember, I've still got to pack the Pro 2 in it. Like with the, I can't just put it end to end and just ship it to fucking Wales, can I? Yeah, I had to find a new box. First of all, put it in that box with the ends open, wrapped up in bubble tape, fragile tape, all kinds of shit all in it, everything. But then realised I can't ship that, so I had to ship it in a new box. Went online, found another box, cost me 25 quid, that was slightly bigger, but too much bigger, where I had to then go buy loads of other boxes and rummage around other people's boxes and knock on people's doors around here if they had boxes. Massive faff to pack it. Luckily it got there fine. He's happy, new owner. But I don't have the Pro 2 anymore, so that's out of my life. I felt I needed to get that off my chest a little bit, but that's gone. Luckily I did sample the shit out of it into the MPC with the auto sampler, like the multi-sampler, various velocities and that. So I do have all my sounds in there, and I kind of like the sound of it coming through the sampler. But anyway, Octatrack. So the reason behind buying an Octatrack, why? It was because I watched a few videos by someone called EasyBot, a guy on YouTube, amazing videos where he uses the Octatrack with his modular setup. I too have a modular setup that I'm crazy about and obsess over, have a little problem with, to be honest. But I've been using it just with the MPC to trigger notes and so on. I liked the idea, after watching these EasyBot videos, of having the Octatrack as not another sampler, more of like a sound router. So what I've got, I'll talk you through how I've got it going. On the modular, I've got 3 output stages. I've got a line output, which is the top right module. I've got a IntelliGel mix-up, which is a stereo output, takes 6 inputs, 2 mono, 2 stereo. That comes straight out again. That's the middle row on the right. And at the very bottom, I've got the Endorphins Golden Master, which I use as another output, purely for drums, coming from the Queen of Pentacles. I also have any samples that I've got coming out the Squid that are drums, go auxiliary into the Queen of Pentacles, but then all of the drums come out of the Golden Master. So I have the first top output, which is the Bafako Out version 3. That's normally for just clean noises. I think I've done a video on this before, for clean noises. The mix-up is all other noises, like melodic stuff and effects and that. And the Endorphins is the drums. So what I wanted, after watching these videos, was to route that through the Octatrack. So I've got 2 stereo ins. One of the stereo ins is the mix-up, and the other stereo in is the Endorphins. I've then got 2 stereo outs. One is the normal main output of the Octatrack, and the other one's a Q out. So what I've got is the IntelliGel coming in to the Octatrack on A and B, but then that's coming out the Q output into my audio interface. So I could still record that as if I was, it's just like it's gone through the Octatrack and still being recorded straight on my standard IntelliGel mix-up channels, right? But then the Endorphins comes out the main output of the Octatrack. So I'm not using the Octatrack's noises, okay? I'm just using it as a router. Now I'm using through tracks and neighbor tracks, basically to run through different effects, and I'm loving the crossfader and the scenes. So I've got various scenes set up, right, where I could have delay, scene B and transition parts. And it really has opened my eyes to longer sessions on the eurorack. So again, EasyBot, shout out EasyBot, amazing videos. I'm using 2 of the tracks as sampling tracks. So what I'm doing is recording in real time what comes into inputs A and B, separate from what comes into input C and D. So C and D is always the drums, A and B is always the melodic information. So what I can do is have a little sequence going, lovely, and then record that as a 64-step sequence, and then just transition over to play that live recording. But it's just seamless. Like, no one would ever know that it's not the Eurorack live anymore. While that's playing, I can still manipulate that in the Octatrack, because now it's just playing back an audio sample. So I can filter it, I can mess around with it, I can add delay to it, I could reverse it, I could mangle it. All in the meantime, I could be changing what's going on in the Eurorack, change the melody idea, change some of the patching, change the drum arrangements, and then just cross-fade over to the new arrangement. It's like literally DJing Eurorack, and I love it. I think it's amazing. Am I using the Octatrack to its full potential? No way. No way. I just figured out what parts do yesterday after watching about 15 hours worth of videos and not getting it. I figured out now my parts are basically 16 new possible scenes. Like, it's just madness. So I've got like, part 1 is normal scenes, so delays and crossfades and reverbs and that. Part 2 is mainly filtery stuff and reversey things. And I've got 16 possibilities of that. It is amazing. Bit gutted, about it. There's no purple lights. I know it's pathetic, but the Digitact had purple lights for the mutes. This doesn't. It's just got red and green. Cool and that, but where's my purple lights, please? Like, when I was like, oh, I've got an Octatrack now, do you know what I mean? I'll be able to, I don't know why I didn't look it up. I'll be able to have like 16 just solid grit, like purple lights. I like purple. Do you know what I mean? I do like a bit of purple, especially on black. Purple lights or blue lights on black look really nice. And I'm a huge aesthetic guy when it comes to gear, as you can tell by my meticulous getting the tape measure out for the distance of speakers. Anyway, yeah, no purple lights, but I can honestly say that's the only downside to the Octatrack. If you're thinking about getting an Octatrack, do it. If you've got the money to get one and it's on your list of getting it, just do it. I think the way that you can manipulate it, yeah, and do what you want with it is unbelievable. I've tried to use it as a sampler and just like a groove box. I'm just not feeling it for that. Other people love it for that. Full compositions. Not for me. I've got the MPC for that. The Octatrack is like my sidekick to Eurorack. It's my blend transition box, mangler. It's just quality. I love it. I think it's really, really good. And I've only just scratched the surface with it. So, I bought an Octatrack. There will be another video after this one, maybe a week or so after, with my normal shit timekeeping. My week after might be a month. We'll see. You'll get what you're given. But I'm going to do a video transitioning and doing, not transitioning, like I'm all man all day. If you're not cool, don't worry. Sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone. Do you know what I mean? That's not how I'm transitioning. I mean bass line to melody reversed through beats. That's my transition. So, awesome. Thanks very much. See you later.